Okay, I think we're ready. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Ms. Whitby, if you'd call the roll, please.
Yes, sir. Ross?
Here.
White? Know about Alderman White?
She's not going to be here tonight.
Can you let me know that ahead of time next time, please?
I sure should have, and I forgot.
Okay.
My fault. She did call me about noon today, so.
Taylor?
Here.
Robinson?
Here.
Baxter?
Here.
Vouch?
Here.
Height?
Here.
And Witcher?
Present.
The quorum is present, sir.
Thank you. I invite you to rise as Mr. Taylor will introduce our guest tonight.
We have Pastor Mark Melton from the New Life Pentecostal Church on Highway 165 is going to lead us in the prayer and the pledge.
Lord Jesus, we're honored to call upon your name. We ask your blessings upon this meeting. I ask you to give each one that speaks special wisdom, and we pray that your will could be accomplished in everything that is done here tonight. And we kindly ask you that in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So moved. Second.
On the motion.
On the motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Whitby. Let me get my glasses out so I can see what I'm doing here. Let's go into communications. Anybody want to pull a communication? How about a motion?
So moved.
Move. Second.
Motion to approve communications 1 through whatever?
3.
3?
Uh-huh. Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Okay, let's jump right on into the special call.
Okay. This is an email dated Friday, January the 8th, 2016, from Becky Henderson for Jason Carter to the mayor and council members, honorable members of the North Little Rock City Council. The purpose of this email is to advise you that Mayor Smith has called a special meeting of the North Little Rock City Council at 6 p.m. on Monday, January 11, 2016, at City Hall Council Chambers, North Little Rock, Arkansas. The following will be on the agenda. R-1604, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a First Amendment to a power supply agreement with WM Renewable Energy, LLC, and O-1601, an ordinance amending the Non-Uniformed Employees Policy and Procedures Manual, and this is pursuant to Section 2-482 of the North Little Rock Municipal Code. This was sent out to all members by email, and they have replied.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and deal with both those issues real quick.
The first one is R-1604, Mayor Smith, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a First Amendment to a power supply agreement with WM Renewable Energy, LLC.
So moved.
Second.
On the motion, Questions, Ms. Ross.
Can Mr. Carter just explain just a little bit what this is, because it's been a while since we...
Sure. This is the Two Pines facility that is owned by Waste Management. We buy all of their power that they produce. We had an agreement with them, which I believe we were paying $33 a megawatt hour, yes, for the energy that's produced from that facility. The issue is the market has been lower than that. When we went into this, that was before MISO was in operation. What we've agreed to with Two Pines is that we'd pay them the market rate for their power. If the market goes up, they'll be paid more value for it if it goes down. And we'll accommodate that within our standard risk management structure. We do get capacity value out of having them attached to our facility, and they'll get that benefit as well. So they incur the benefit both of supplying us energy for the fair market value of the energy and the fair market value of the capacity that they provide us, but we do not pay an additional premium for that.
Question.
In the Exhibit A, first paragraph, you're saying that they entered into as of the blank day of December 2015. Do we need to amend that, or will it be by approval backdated to that date?
When you amend that, if you approve this agreement, we will probably amend that date back to the lapsed date of our past contract to cover all energy acquired, from the last contract to current, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Mr. Wisher.
How many megawatts are we getting off that now?
It runs a pretty good capacity factor, probably upwards of 80%, and it's about 4.5 megawatt facility. So, I can't tell you the total number of megawatt hours we purchased, but that kind of gives you an idea.
3 to 4.
Ms. Ross?
And also in here, we have the option at the end of December 31st to, if we see this is not working, if we're getting a better deal somewhere, or this rate's not working out, that this is just a 1 year, and then with options to.
Yeah. So, we consulted with them about that, and, honestly, they feel like at some extent they might could negotiate a deal with someone else. And we said, you can do that. That's fine. For them to sell power to someone else, they have to wheel it across our system. And if they're going to do that, they're going to have to pay the fair share of maintenance for that system and the capital costs that are associated with the facilities that they're using. So, if they want to pay those costs just to wheel the power through our system, then that would be fine, and they could sign contracts with other parties, and certainly we wouldn't hold that up.
We're being very fair to them. Ms. Ross?
This may be off topic or what it was on topic, but off this. As far as the clean energy with EPA and everything that's coming down, will this impact, as far as how the city's portion of renewable energy, or?
I'd like to say that it would. Unfortunately, I'd tell you that it probably won't, because most of the clean power facilities to receive credit have to be post-2012. So when you're trying to gain carbon credits, if you will, as the plan is moving forward, we don't have any emissions from Murray Hydro, so that helps our denominator, but it doesn't help our numerator either any, because it's a pre-2012 facility. Two Pines is going to be the same way.
So we're being penalized for being good stewards, right?
Well, right. It should have held off and done it later, I think.
Yeah, none of this is fair. That's not fair.
It's not.
Just we were clean before clean was cool, and and we don't get any credit for it now. But
Okay, okay. My recollection is at one point in time, we sold some of our credits.
Green
Are
tax.
they completely gone, or is that?
They are not. We've brokered some deals to sell credits. There's not a market in Arkansas for it, so they're kind of hypothetical credits. They're not hypothetical credits. It's a hypothetical value assigned to them, just based on other market areas and what a willing buyer is willing to pay. So we haven't sold them all. We do continue to sell those, but we've still got some in the bank. How that plays out in a carbon market, I think, it depends on how the Clean Power Plan ends up. It's all in formation right now, so it's hard to say how it will result, but we won't get carbon credits for
Okay,
it.
is Two Pines getting any credits, carbon credits? No.
I'm not aware of any. So there's some discussion about potential biomass credits.
Okay.
But those discussions for all those kind of renewable energy offsets, so where we've got a 60 megawatt interest in Plum Point, and they're going to have carbon emissions that exceed, EPA adopted limits, assuming the Clean Power Plan survives legal challenge. So we're assuming that it's going to survive legal challenge. It's going to be above, their emissions are going to be above the permitted limits. So we're going to have carbon credits to offset that. And there's going to be a cost that's associated with it. The methods through which those carbon credits can be obtained is a matter of debate right now. The comments due on the federal implementation plan are due January 21st this month. We just had a meeting, a big meeting about it. But it will set the stage for the development of the state implementation plan. Because once the federal implementation plan is finalized, and that kind of gives you an idea about how the state's going to go and what kind of state plans will meet approval by the federal government. So, we're still more than a year out from a finalized state enforceable plan, but it's important for us to continue to express our position in the development process.
Mr. Carter, do you recall if we had anybody at the MISO meeting December 8th when they did planning conference?
I don't know if we had someone at the December 8th meeting. I don't know that we did. There's so many MISO meetings going on. It's hard to cover them all, I'm going to tell you.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
01601, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
An ordinance amending the non-uniformed employees policy and procedure manual. First reading.
About to waive all readings, somebody.
Move to waive all readings.
Second. On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
White? C. Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
All this is adding the name of the new insurance company.
Move for adoption.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Get that out of the way. That's great. We have a presentation tonight that I am proud to be part of. Betty, if you'd come up, we have one of our trusted civil service commissioners that's wanting to retire, and we're going to miss him, and we certainly want to recognize him tonight. So, Betty?
Yeah, I would like to welcome Mr. Jim Davis to come up front, please. And one thing that I want to say about our civil service commissioners is this is done on a voluntary basis. They assist us with employee hearings, and sometimes some of these decisions can start at 6 p.m., and some have lasted to 1 a.m. in the morning. So I just want to thank him for his many years of service, and thank you, Mr. Davis. You were and are a great commissioner, and you will be missed. And I'd like to make this presentation to you, and it reads as follows.
Read it first.
It says, presented to Mr. Jim Davis, thank you for your dedication of service to the City of North Little Rock Civil Service Commission, June 11th, 2007 through September the 4th, 2015. Sincerely, Mayor Joe A. Smith.
Joe's appointment or ours?
Thank you, Jim. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor.
You bet. I'd just like to say, Jim, before you get away, of all the commissions that we have, this is the hardest one to be on, and we...
I agree.
Yeah. Even though we doubled your pay every year, you're still going to retire on us.
Little did I know when Charlie asked me to take this, that I'd be in there till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know. Well, thank you for what you do, and we appreciate it. We want to recognize Bob Fleckenstein, who's also on the Civil Service Commission. I don't see anybody else, I don't think, but we appreciate all of y'all, what you do, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to miss you. Appreciate it.
The mayor, he lives 2 doors down from me. I told him to be quiet when he comes in at night.
Okay, let's move right along. Ms. Whitby?
Unfinished business, R-15-164, Mayor Smith.
I'm going to hold that. I want to make a comment on that. As you know, I've been holding it for almost 3 months. It's breaking my heart that we're not able to reach an agreement with the committee for the union. I have agreed to do everything that they requested. The only caveat that I had was that the policy changes that they wanted in overtime, I asked if we could do that for 12 months and give me an opportunity to review it after we've done it for 12 months. You know, it's my management philosophy to treat things that way, and for some reason, they have chosen not to accept that they want the policy change to be permanent. I can't do that with good conscience, and I don't think y'all would want me to. So I hate that they're not getting their raise. I wish that they would be a little bit more reasonable, and let's get this contract in effect and let the guys get their money and the girls get their money at the fire department. And then this time next year, we'll see how it worked. And if it worked, great, and it didn't cost us too much money, then we're glad to do it, but they're not giving me an opportunity to manage, and that's my job. So that's where we are on that. So we're going to meet with them, I believe, next week or week after next to see what we can do to continue it. But you know, the firefighters are giving up a lot of money, and I don't like it. I want them to have their money. So I'm hoping and praying that they'll come around and give us a chance to let this thing work for a year. So that's where we are on that. So let's hold it.
Okay. New business, R1601, Mayor Smith, Alderman Ross and White.
Please call it.
Resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to sell vacant land located east of 3708 Centerbrook in the city of North Little Rock to Michael and Natalie Whitlock.
Move for adoption.
Second.
On the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Taylor? Yes. Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
R1602, Mayor
Ms.
Smith.
Whitlock, thank you very much. Take care of our old property. Yes, sir. Okay.
R1602, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
Resolution authorizing disposal of the vessel Patriot pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1458-306.
So moved.
Second.
Let me bring you up to date just a little bit on that. I was going to give you a letter tonight, but I'm kind of disagreeing with what the letter says. So, or I don't understand what the letter says, one or the other. But bottom line is we've got a price from Paul Hastings and his company to take the Patriot and move it 3.5 miles downriver and push it ashore at that company down there. I forgot, Valley Dredging Company is the name of it, for $15,000. So we are, it's a very fair price, and we have agreed to do that. Right now, we are waiting on the river to get to a level that is safe to move the Patriot to dry storage, if you will. We are working a deal like we did the last time that we did something similar to this with another old boat. We ended up salvaging it out. So I'm going to anticipate that we'll end up giving this boat away to somebody for the salvage value. But I'm not quite exactly sure how that's going to work. So I'll bring something back to you more formal, but right now the Mark Twain knows that after the 16th of this month, I believe, we can ask them to move with a 24-hour notice. So that's where we are on that. So, on the motion, Mr. Witcher.
Do they have a place to go after we move the
I
Patriot?
believe they do. He was looking at 2 or 3 different options. Permanently, no.
No, I'm talking about, yeah.
He will have to find a place to dock it until he can get, I think what he's planning on doing is he's got that boat leased, and his responsibility is take the boat back to where it came from, which is Illinois, Iowa, someplace like that. And but the boat's not big enough or strong enough to drive home, so he'll have to hitch a ride with a tug or a barge and be pushed home. So. You know, it's sad that it happened, but it just can't be helped. It was beyond our control. So with that, on the motion.
I have a question, Mayor.
Go ahead.
You said 15,000 for the Hastings to move it over. Now, the 15,000, that's them getting it out into dry storage?
Yep.
That's it?
The way that I understand it, subject to change, because some of this letter I didn't quite understand, but they will also pay for the cranes to come in to move the walkways that are so heavy. We'll take those walkways and they will be put on a flatbed trailer, and we're looking for a place to store them. Our other walkway is at the airport, so if we have room out there, we'll probably take those walkways to the airport. And it includes all that, plus pushing it up on the ground down at Arkansas Valley.
Another off-topic, but since you mentioned it, the walkways, and one of the things, you know, at the bottom of Snake Hill, there's no sidewalk, and we've looked at numerous ways to be able to put in a bridge there at the bottom of Snake Hill, kind of across to the other side. And in talking with Chris Wilburn, when he mentioned they were going to pull it out, that if there's any way possible to retrofit those as a bridge there at the bottom of Snake Hill, because it's been cost prohibitive for us to put in a bridge, but I think he said there's one that's like 80 feet that possibly could work, so.
Let's look. Let's don't move it twice, Chris. If
exactly.
If it's something that we need to talk to LPOA, of course. But
right.
Yeah, sure.
And we have talked to them about putting a bridge there, and I know it's not pretty, but we can pretty it up.
I'm going to guess that it might be another 3 weeks, Chris. What do you think? Yeah. Another 3 weeks. So we got 3 weeks to try to figure out, and it'll get LPOA to go down there and look at it and somebody could get creative. I mean, it's just, I just seen it sit there over the creek there at Lakewood than it would out the airport. Okay. All right, on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson? Yes. Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
R-1603, Mayor Smith.
Please call it.
A resolution approving and certifying amounts of liens to be filed with Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real properties in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas as a result of grass cutting expenses and abatement of other nuisances.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Call a public hearing. Anyone here to speak on tax liens on R-1603? Seeing none, close the public hearing on the motion.
Ross?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Concludes new business.
Okay, let's go into public comment. Mr. Richards. 3 minutes, please.
My name is John Richards. I am here concerned about the access-way to my family cemetery, which has been there since the early 1800s. The road is not accessible. It has been sodded over and sprinkler system involved. The city council voted on this when Mayor Hayes was in office, and the city council closed this road, apparently, not knowing that there was a cemetery back there. I have a picture if anybody wants to see it before. I have time for that.
Got 3 minutes. She's seen it. I've seen it.
I've seen
I've
it.
seen it.
Just down there the other day.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a pothole report on the streets of Little Rock. Apparently, I can get something done about that. I can't get anything done about my road. Do y'all want to hear my pothole report?
Not if it's on Little Rock.
North Little Rock.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Mr. Ard?
Here it goes.
3 minutes.
You know I'm not going to take over for 3 minutes.
Good. Let's get started.
Okay, first I want to say two things about something I need help with. Number one, the city attorney was going to give me $20, but I don't want him to give me the 20. I want the sign back or a $20 bill, okay? Number two, there's politics signs hopping up all over town, and I was told by a code officer that you couldn't put them out so many days. Now, Alderman Charlie Hyatt, I owe you an apology. It's not easy to stand up here and say I was wrong when I made a statement to you. But that, I ask you to forgive me. I know it's hard to forgive somebody when they apologize. Now, let me state this about the cemetery, if you don't mind. Another representative of this city and I went out there. We took pictures. I drove across it with my heavy van after it rained. I had cable in the back end. My van weighs as much as a hearse. We drove down there, made a right turn. I will say that their little road going into it up to the gate is a lot better, is a lot harder and can hold vehicles better than maybe the grass. But there is SB 200. The sprinkler system is on each side. So you're not going to break a sprinkler system. We've got pictures of it. Anybody who wants to see them, I'm more than happy to do it. So I don't see a problem with it. I jumped into this not having my sources in order. If I'd had a little help when I asked for it, I might be looking at it different. But once again, Charlie, when I told you, you remember the statement I made, I do owe you an apology, and I hope you accept it. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, Jimmy. You too. Certainly want to recognize our senior alderman's wife, Becky, is in the audience. Becky, thank you for being here tonight. I hope we did everything well, and if we didn't, you'll let us know, won't you? Okay. Anybody got anything? I want to talk just for a second before we adjourn. We got plenty of time to make it home for the ball game. I wanted to give you a...
What time your ball game starts?
Yeah. I wanted to give you an update a little bit on the sinkhole issue and what I intend to try to present to you. The best guess, and I hate to use that word, but basically that's what we're doing is making a guess.
Mayor,
Ma'am?
sinkhole where? You didn't say where the
Dickey
sinkhole-
Stevens Park, I'm sorry.
I mean, I knew that, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
I'm sorry, thank you. It's going to run approximately $350,000 to fix. We're currently looking into the contract on insurance to see if there's any way in the world that we can get the insurance company to help us on that. I misspoke last meeting, thinking that we had $160,000 in the Public Building Authority to pay for that part of it, and we don't. We only had $88,000 in the Public Building Authority. So it is, the Public Building Authority met this morning. They approved the $88,000 to be spent, and I asked Chris to go ahead and order the parts that were going to be necessary, which might take a week or so to get in here, and we would charge that to the Public Building Authority. Between now and next Tuesday, we should have, be prepared to present something to you for approval, and we'll be asking you to waive competitive bidding and appropriate the money. Karen is looking to find, we have several different pots of money that we can pull from, including sales tax capital. We've got some money from 2015 sales tax capital that we can use towards that. So I'm going to ask that we have a special call meeting, and I'm going to go ahead and call it now for next Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Next Tuesday, the 19th at 5 o'clock. So Jason, is this good enough notification, or do we need to?
We'll still send out an email.
Okay, all right. Next Tuesday, the 19th at 5 o'clock. It won't take long. We'll have Chris here to explain where we are, what's going on, and allow us to hire Diamond Construction, who is Danco. We all know, the Wrights family, and their expertise for 50 years has been underground work, sewer lines, and things like that. So we're very comfortable. It will be my recommendation that Chris will be there, and Chris will sign all payment vouchers. So he'll be watching our back and making sure that we're getting a fair price for a job for a fair price. So that'll be next Tuesday. I can't think of anything else I need to cover with you. Karen, do you want all these cards back? Okay, everybody's got a card. Be sure we give it to Karen. If no other, how about a motion to adjourn?
So move.
On the motion.
Ross? Taylor?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Vouch?
Yes.
Height?
Yes.
And Witcher?
Yes.
Just good.